I was 3D printing a 14-inch tall Star Wars AT-AT the other day, and I had a few failures when printing the feet. So I used a few of those 1/8-inch thick pieces along with some supports left over from some resin prints, added a splash of skulls just to give it a little bit of a grim, dark kind of feel, and then, all hopped up on elfin magic, I created the most Mad Max Death Race Road Warrior style starting gate ever. Any Gaslands player would be more than happy to have this on their table, and I'm going to show you how you can. But first, welcome to the Real Killer DM channel, a channel dedicated to the pursuit of fun through tabletop gaming. Friends who know me know that I'm always tinkering or building something, like literally all the time. I don't sit still for TV or sedentary pastimes. I like making and doing things. Things like this epic starting gate for my Gaslands Battle Mat, for example. It was really easy to make. I just took some parts from failed 3D prints, and you could just as easily use trash or any other materials you like. It really has nothing to do with the materials as much as it has to do with the concept and the motivation I feel. When I'm able to conceptualize or see the end results in a material right away, it makes it easier for me to become motivated to achieve that end result. And this is where I find that I waste most of my time, deciding what to make in the first place. Sometimes I find immediate inspiration from an item or a conversation, but mostly I'm inspired by things that I currently need for a game or a video or some other project. The times that I don't have an inspiring idea, I use for catching up on my endless amounts of painting. I'm currently painting 10mm Dalek Army, and I can't wait to get that on the table. But after the concept and gathering materials, I have 3 main steps to my crafting. I build the foundation. That's where I construct the base structure. I use my repurposed materials and reinforce any structurally weak areas that come along. 2, I start adding details. I enhance the terrain pieces with additional layers, textures, small elements to bring them to life, like these skulls. And then 3 is the customization. That's where I do most of my painting. I experiment with different techniques like weathering. I do rust effects, add some graffiti, a little bit of realism and uniqueness. And while I really enjoyed making this starting gate for my table, I thought it would be more beneficial for me to talk to you about motivation and inspiration, as well as a basic process that I use for any project, rather than first I did this and then I did this and then I did this kind of video. So now that I've talked a little about inspiration, motivation, and my process, let's discuss a little more about this build. After I added all of the skulls to the top of it, it was a bit top heavy, and that's why you saw me earlier cut the metal disc and glue the pieces to the base of the legs. Another thing I wanted to talk about is the Army Painter Speed Paints 2.0. I used these paints on the skulls, and I was absolutely amazed at how well they looked in the end. They had great coverage and flow, and they really made the details in the skulls pop. Very happy with this paint. I am not paid by the Army Painter, nor have they promised me anything to say nice things. I just really do love these paints. Another thing I wanted to mention is the lettering on the sign. I found that for my best results, I had to print my letters out in glue gun and then trace over them with the paints and then the markers. Otherwise, they just didn't come out right, or they came out kind of flat. I know that I was a bit more rambly on this video than a lot of my others, but I really wanted to put a message out that might be inspirational for somebody else to start their next project or video. Also, I wanted to let people know that I will be giving away a custom dice tray that I make in my next video. In order to be eligible to win this prize, you need only be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video or the next, or both. A drawing will be held from all entries. If you leave a comment on both, you will get 2 entries for the prize drawing. I hope you've enjoyed my video as much as I enjoy making them for you. If you have, please show me some love. Smash that like button, and as always, I would love to have you as a new subscriber to the Killer family.